So when you come in through the main reception, you're going to go to the reception desk and you'll give your name and your hospital number, your date of birth. And you're going to be brought over to emergency room. And in emergency room, the midwife is going to ask you a series of questions. So she's going to ask you how you're feeling. She's going to ask you how often your contractions are coming, how long they're lasting, when did they start, have you had a show, have your waters broken? If your waters have broken, what time do the waters break at? What colour is the water breaking? Or what colour was the water when the waters broke? Is baby moving around as normal? So they would all just be standard questions that we would ask to help give us an understanding as to the bigger picture of what's happening at this stage in the labour. So at home in early labour, we would be reassured once you're feeling well, once baby's feeling well, once you're peeing regularly, once you're able to, take sips of water and you're able to tolerate a light diet. So I suppose once you're feeling generally well and these contractions are coming and they're irregular, we encourage you to stay at home that little bit longer. Times that we would encourage you to come into the hospital would be if you had any concerns around baby's movements, if you had any vaginal bleeding, so not to be confused with that mucousy show. This would be fresh red bleeding. We would encourage you to come in. If you felt generally unwell, or I do think a woman's gut instinct is very powerful as well. So if you just felt that all was not right, I would pick up the phone and maybe ring the hospital or the emergency department, chat to one of the midwives, let them know how you're feeling and what's going on, and we can take it from there. We might invite you in and check you over. So if you're 40 weeks and you have no contractions yet, that's okay. Most first-time moms do go a little bit overdue. So I would encourage you to stay nice and chilled, because if you're nice and relaxed, your body's going to be able to produce those labour hormones. Keep busy, go on a walk, plan something to do every day, so that you're not just sitting around and watching the clock. You will either spontaneously labour, so your contractions will start, and it might be day 5 or day 7 or day 9. And if you've reached the point where you're maybe 10 days overdue and you still haven't had any labour pains, we will organise an induction for you here in the hospital.